Welcome back. Second Wave is a curated music project based right here in Buffalo. And here with more details on what that means and what they're doing for it are Dylan and Jordan. Thanks for coming in today, you two.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Alrighty, so let's jump right in. Tell us about Second Wave and what exactly a curated music project means.
Absolutely. So Second Wave is an alternative DJ night that we're hosting in our cafe space. So typically we do some summer music series of people with a guitar, maybe some light live music, but we really wanted to tap into the DJ nights that have been going on Elmwood Avenue, like at our friends at Revolver and No Fun, but kind of do a intentional not party atmosphere and play some sort of unusual sounds to kind of add to the cafe space.
That's
so
great.
Yeah, intentionally not a party, but also something a little extra that you can, adds to your cafe experience.
Not your typical coffee shop music, but also not a party. Somewhere in between. So Jordan, you're actually the DJ for tonight.
Yes, I am.
Tell us a little bit about what you've curated and what the vibes are going to be.
So this record right here, that's Nick Drake, one of my favorite folk artists. So it'll be folk, a little bit of psych rock, Nigerian high life, and bossa nova, Brazilian jazz.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, just like very like nice coffee shop vibes. Yeah.
And I think something that's special about this is it's not just kind of like a typical playlist with a DJ. They're vinyls that you're bringing in.
Yes,
So that
absolutely.
like is kind of like an extra touch of just like kind of richness that adds to this experience.
It's how we should hear music, to be honest with you. It's just like a more just like in-depth experience, more in-depth just like listening experience. So yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great.
Okay, alrighty. So how is this kind of different than the traditional party atmosphere that we're seeing at other places?
Well, I think the music is a huge part of that. I don't think these are records that you typically go to like a bar or a club to kind of hear played. This is more spiritual jazz, ambient. I kind of joked with all involved that these are records you wouldn't play publicly, like for a group, unless you're having like a certain kind of party or gathering.
Yeah.
But, maybe more ambient, so I mean, you can party to that,
Yeah,
I mean, you
it's
can
a
get
vibe.
creative, but definitely not the like high BPM sort of house dance music that you're seeing in other locations. And I think the time kind of reflected that too. We wanted to do it a little bit, and I think maybe you'll get to that.
Yeah, because you were there was a lot of intentional choices with all of this, including the date and time you chose for this to take place. So tell us about that.
For sure. So Thursdays, we just didn't want to compete with any sort of like weekend plans. We wanted this to be kind of like an intentional, sound bath, if you will, maybe like a reprieve from your workday, an alternative happy hour. So we put it at 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. It's a good time of day in the cafe too. The vibes are good.
At Spot Coffee.
Yes, at Spot Coffee on Elmwood. This is our Elmwood Ave location.
Yes.
Yeah, important. Yeah.
Which is, that's the time where people might be coming. There are people that work a 9 to 5 and then also do other stuff after, their own personal work, and that's their time to maybe go to a coffee shop, sit down, but also feel like they're part of something.
Right.
Right. What sort of soundscapes are being curated for this event? Obviously, you have yours tonight, Jordan, but you've got some more planned throughout August, right?
Yes. So we have everything from spiritual jazz, a lot of like harp, a lot of like swelling kind of ambient tones, some German krautrock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can all Google this or look it up after. I had to do some of that myself. And then your sort of more traditional folk or bossa nova, but we didn't want to just create a Spotify playlist, right? Anyone can do that. Any cafe can do that. So I think part of what made it exciting for me was to find DJs with really good music taste. I was like, I didn't know what high life was, right? I thought it was a beer, which it is, right? So that was really exciting, and that's hopefully the sort of like music exploration or deep listening we're trying to encourage. And Spot has always been that sort of cafe that kind of encourages that, right?
Yeah.
Those big kind of parlors, the square footage, and that's where the name Second Wave comes from, that second wave coffee culture, the Starbucks, the 90s coffee shop. We were just trying to reclaim it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All righty. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing more. It sounds like a really cool idea and a great concept for people that are a lot more chill, but want a sense of going out and feeling a sense of community and togetherness at the same time.
Totally.
So thanks again for coming in. Viewers, if you'd like to learn more about this music project, you can connect with them on social media at Second Wave Buffalo. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you.